Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword. Gene is off tonight, recovering from the rigors of the week that was, and so I am doing solo duty for Friday, October 17th, 2025. I did do the crossword, and in fact, I was able to do this crossword quite quickly. At first, I couldn't get any traction anywhere in the grid, and I thought, this is not looking good at all. But I started sort of in the middle eastern part of the grid, worked my way down, worked my way up, and then eventually wiggled into the top left corner and was able to solve the puzzle. And it took me very little time. I was very surprised. But it was a great crossword. There were some terrific clues in it. It was a Friday and therefore, as expected, themeless, at least as far as I could tell. I thought there was maybe a mini theme going on because we had 34 down DC character or DC figure since 1938, and that was Superman. And then we also had 33 down being America for one, and that was Capt, as in Captain America. It took me a long time to figure that out. At first I was going to go for COUN, being an abbreviation for country. Then I thought maybe it's CTRY, but in fact it was the aforementioned Capt, as in Captain America. 3 down was cute. Meaty dog treats in a blanket was sausages. I thought that was pretty amusing. I'm sure most dogs find it amusing and hopefully delicious as well. 4 down was less prolix, and that was terser. Prolix meaning one who is long-winded. I've been accused of being prolixian many a time. We had 5 across. Plant often confused with algae. It was 4 letters long. I thought it has to be aloe, until I realized that it was not, and I wasn't even close. It was moss. And I guess moss definitely could be more easily confused with algae than aloe. We had 9 across the craft. That turned out to be Wicca. I'm not that familiar with Wicca, but apparently the craft and Wicca are indeed interchangeable. We had 10 down, drink that comes with free refills, and that was ice water. I thought that was pretty funny. We had 6 down. That was Mac platform, renamed in 2016, OS 10. It's actually written out as OS X, the X being the Roman numeral for 10, of course. If you ever hear anyone talking about OS X or OS 10, they're definitely a little bit out of date, so you might want to correct them on that. 16 across was Amazon smart speakers. First I thought it was going to be Alexa, but it was plural. And even though Alexa sounded fun, it wouldn't fit. The answer was Echoes. 20 across, again, this is sort of in the area that I was having problems with, sets in motion. So at first I thought starts, because, when you set something in motion, you start it. Then I thought ensues, but that really wasn't right, because that's more or less follows. And then turned out the answer was causes, which crossed with a 1 down, historic Émile Zola letter of 1898, J'accuse. Sort of I like that. J'accuse crosses with causes. Right beneath causes, we had 23 across. Not fixed as a stone was unset. I realize you can set a stone, but I don't know, somehow unset didn't seem to quite resonate, but I'm sure it's correct because this was by Karen Steinberg and edited ably as always by Will Shortz. 24 across was drinking game with projectiles, which right away sounds like a very, very bad idea. The answer to that was BEERDARTS. I hope it isn't what it sounds like it is. 47 across, popular name of the 1958 Italian hit Nel Bleu di Pinto di Blu. And the answer was Volare. I actually knew that. Yeah, it helps that I only know one Italian song. So it was Volare, so I sort of lucked out in that. We had 49 across. That was interesting. Act of writing down whatever comes to mind in order to clear mental clutter. I need to practice that more. Turns out it was brain dump. And then we had 40 down, the pet gear often eschewed in favor of someone's lap. That was cat bed. That was a very, very nice clue there. 38 down was a little bit mysterious to me. I'm sorry Gene isn't here to clarify this. Certain unit of detergent, Tide Pod. So, of course, Tide is a proprietary name. I mean, that's whoever makes Tide. It's interesting that they have become a unit of detergent. Not quite sure how that happened. Close to that, we had 41 down. That was stop the presses. And the answer was hold it. I thought that was sort of a fun, prosaic answer to that. 47 down was plant on a pergola, or possibly pergola. And that was vine. The last word for me, and what will be the last word for me, was 27 across, mental image for short, EEG, electroencephalograph. I thought that was sort of cute, and that's where I ended up, and again was able to do this in pretty good time. That doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it, because I really like this crossword a lot. It was by Karen Steinberg. Well done, Karen. In honor of Jean's absence, we will not be having a Fun Fact Friday segment today, but hopefully she'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be back with that as well as our cutting-edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.